set, go. Fire the pistol, let this story to start. I got this poem in my soul and I can feel it. It's a poem in my soul. I got this poem in my heart. There's a fire of love. Giving the agave of agape. See, it's this poem in my heart. There's this story in my poem. It's deep in my mind and I just want to tell it all. So, ready, set, go. So on behalf of My Heart's Garden, I would like to welcome you to A Poet's Story. We hope you enjoy your feature presentation.
Welcome back. And now, I advertised at the end of this, so we're just going to jump straight back into this story. Now, Deja was pissed because he called. And he also, somehow, the other girl ended up being on the phone. We don't know what Cameron was thinking. Cameron was not in his right state of mind. But, it wasn't as bad. They was walking up the street, so Now, Cameron had to make up for it. And crazy enough, it wasn't hard for him. Well, so he thought. So Cameron knew since he didn't have a car, it was harder for them to see each other. And, she stayed a little bit further away from him where he couldn't just use, public transportation to get to her. So he said, well, if I can't completely just get to you, I can get closer to you. You always in my home city, so I can go home and maybe you can come visit me in my home city. I can come a tad bit closer, bring it in about 15 minutes and see you. But she had car troubles. But he kept being persistent and trying to hang out, but it seems like all his attempts was worthless. Now this chapter is where Cameron starts to wonder what the hell is going on. And why can't we see each other? In order to have a relationship, that the two people have to be able to be in contact with each other, because 1 + 1 definitely equals 2. But in this instance, 1 + 1 is definitely not equaling 3. More like 7, something like 3. I don't know. It's not adding up. Now let's keep this story rolling. So Cameron starts watching the signs. Then but he knows something is up. He paid close attention to the things that are going on. He see the red flags. Finally. Because it took a minute. In the first half of the season, he couldn't see the red flags. But now all of a sudden, he can see the red flags. Now, they continue to talk and hoped everything would be good. Now, the year flies by. It's time for the party of the year. And we call this party Slow Jam Horfest. Cameron came up with the name. Now they had 3 rooms of party. You had the red room where all the shots and the dance floor and the party was. You had the green room where everybody played the drinking games to get fucked up. And then you had the blue room, which was the VIP room, and only certain people could make it into the VIP room. Something like the boom boom room, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And Cameron Hope was hoping that Deja was going to come and show her face. But as expected, she never came. But the party was turned. They partied throughout the night. They had shot roulettes going, different drinking games going. Him said, we lit. Everybody at the party was turned, enjoying a great and fun night. So by the end of the night, everyone was turned. So after the night, he realized things are becoming one side. Man, was it one-sided on his part? Yeah. He's starting to start being in it for himself. Now, even Cameron friends aren't liking this. They even tell him, no, I don't really like her like that. She can't come see you. It's like she don't want to see you. What's the problem? You ain't seen her in a minute. All y'all do is talk. Cameron just starts to think, and then he started to feel like he's going back in circles, starting to feel a little bit dizzy. Now this is where everything changes, but let's pause right here, because now I got to give you chapter 3. So, telling you, after this chapter, everything goes by way quicker. Well, here go chapter 3, the unpredictable paradox. Let's take a moment, see to understand, think to comprehend, speak to make sense of things. I walk, I speak to a tree. It tells me a story where a prince is saved by a princess. A king finds his queen walking on the road with so many crazy outcomes. I crawl to walk, I fight to win, I win, but yet I lose. The last man standing, but yet I fall down for a second, catch my breath before a count of 10. I rise even though I fall. Now weightless dig deeper. The most fearless warrior in the midst of a scare. Will no fear? And in his eyes, he is fearful of dark clouds that hides light, that shines through on us. It sparkles on the ground as it touches the dew on the grass. The light shines as the dark clouds covers the source. On a moment notice, I drop all, race to be aided. In a moment notice, my heart begins to race. A fearful word settles in a maze of thoughts that sends my minds on a trip that only life can solve. Hearts drops, words silence, mind speechless to see the final outcome of a story, a movie, a book. Let's open this book and read a little. Let's open this door and live a little. I mean, we walk, we run. In a moment's notice, we race to be aid. On a moment notice, drop all. Yet our heart races, our spirits become fearful in word. So somehow, as we open this book and we open this door, read a little, live a little. Or as we walk, we grab hands and play skip to my loop. But how can we, even when our heart drops, our words are silence, our minds speechless, as we wait to see a final outcome, that this maze we've been in, running through in the walls of a pink matter, in the prisons of our mind. But even still, on a moment notice, we drop all. In a moment notice, we race to be aid. In that same notice of a moment, our heart begins to race. Somehow we smile and live a little, to open the book and read a little, to open the door and dance a little. Just remember, no one knows the outcome. So as we live, as we laugh, as we read, as we dance, our hearts drops, our words silence, our minds speechless. But somehow we smile, we live to come home from a trip that only life can solve.